Welcome to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We've also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. A hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build.
So the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
Machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
Great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
Dear faculty members, very good afternoon and welcome to the day 5 of the FDP on cybersecurity. So, as today marks our last day of the training program, so on the last day, I would like to share some information about the XLR courses. So, I will just take 5 minutes of your time, okay? So, which will be beneficial for student members and the faculty as well. So, you can also do that courses, or else you can just report the courses to your students also from your college. So let me share my screen. I'll just take 5 minutes of your time. So the course which I'm talking about, so that is a credit-based course approved by Swayam Plus team, the government initiative. We have around 15 courses currently live onto the Swayam Plus portal, and which are open for the student and faculty members. And for doing that course, students or participants will be receiving the certificate, and on top of it, you will get the academic bank of credits as well. Okay, so the courses are created and provided by the team of XLR, and it's approved by the Swayam Plus team. It's job ready courses be like which you will give the knowledge and you can start learning. So coming to the these courses, so this is the Swayam Plus initiative. Under the Swayam Plus initiative, XLR is a partner of Swayam Plus, and Swayam Plus is an official digital learning platform, and it's approved by the AICTE and UGC. Okay, so to this platform, it's recognized by AICTE and UGC. And this course, you can check here, this course is having the NCRF credit-based system as well. So as I mentioned that participants, students or faculty member, they will be receiving the ABC credits as well, right? And these courses are approachable and easily accessible, okay, and with the flexible learning. So with the flexible learning means we have e-learning module. In that you will find all these details into the LMS portal. You can easily access that, and as per your available time you can complete that courses, okay. So now the courses currently which we are available with us, which is approved by the Swayam Plus. So here is the list. So some of the trending technologies or the things which required to have the knowledge to get the job or to get the credits. So it's like artificial intelligence, machine learning, prompt engineering, chat GPT. So nowadays, actually wherever the era is changing, then data science, data analyst, Python, full stack Java, merge stack, Java programming, Power BI. There are such courses also. Okay. So now coming to these courses, this is e-learning module where you have to complete the learning from your end. That all the information, the videos, the documentation will be provided by the team of XLR. Upon your enrollment, automatically you will receive all these details. Okay, so this is a self-paced learning. You will be getting the certificate from the team of XLR, and to complete this course, you have to go through all the modules, and you will be having the proctor test as well. On submitting the test, you will be eligible for certificate. And just as a value added, we are providing some couple of the sessions to that course. Additionally, in e-learning module that is related to the CRT. Okay. So now, in simple way, like I will just show you quickly in 2-3 minutes how we are able to access this course actually from the Swayam Plus portal. Okay, so let me reshare my screen, and I'm just going to the Swayam Plus portal. Okay, so you can check here. I'm on the Swayam Plus portal now. Just I'm retyping it. Swayam Plus, Swayam dash plus dot Swayam to SA dot in. So this is the Swayam Plus URL. I'm clicking on that. You will find this dashboard like this. Okay, so here I'm clicking onto the sign in. Once I click onto the sign in, so it will ask me to continue with the Google or Microsoft. Okay, so I'm continuing with the Google, and as I already have my profile, so it will give me the details, or else you have to complete the registration process. So you can check here onto the page one, you're having that registration process as well. You can check here. Okay, and you can check here like the partner as XLR name is also scrolling there. Okay, so now I will show you once you set up these things. So you can check your profile. You have to update entire profile to proceed further. And in this only, you have to provide the ABC details as well. That is nothing but the academic bank of credits. To get that credits, we have one documentation in the portal itself available. Okay, so you can just visit here. You can check that. Just 1 minute. Let me open the document. I think there is some issue. Not able to revert to the portal. Okay, no problem. So I will just explain here. Okay. So to avail the credits, you have to click on I have ABC ID. And to provide the ID, you need to get that ID, that is a 12-digit number. Okay. So you will find that. How will you find that? Let me check if I have that in a secondary mode with me. Then I will just revert there. Yes, I have that document. Sushmita, you're able to see my PPT. That is Academic Bank of Credits, ABC PPT.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, great. So as you are able to see here, you can check like how we are able to get that credits. So we have to visit the again government website. So you can check here. I said that I have Academic Bank of Credits. After that, I have to provide the 12-digit number. So from where I will get that 12-digit number, right? So that is you can check here. You have to visit the web page or website, that is abc.government.in. Okay, so this is again one more government website from where your card, ABC card, will be generated, and you will find that ID. Okay, so with the help of DigiLocker, you have to do a sign in. Okay, and after the sign in, your ABC card, a smart card like ATM card or credit card, like smart card, will be created. Okay, and you have to use this ID or this number to add on to the portal, and then the credits will be provided or it will be transferred from your institution. Okay, so at every collaborative institution there will be the assigned members, so they will be sharing your credits, but for that you have to showcase the certificate. Okay, and to you have to enroll. So I'm going into the partner directory. You can check here and you will find here the XLR details on the page second. Okay, so I'm clicking on to the XLR. Once I click on the XLR, you can check here there are couple of courses. So we have around 15 courses are available here. Couple of that free courses and paid as well with the very minimal charges. Okay, so as it's a government initiative as per the government norms, so the details are updated and approved by the Swam Plus team. Okay, so I'm clicking on to one program. Just for the example, I will click the data analytics. Okay, so here you will get to know all things, be like what we're going to learn into the data analytics, Excel, Tableau, Power BI. Okay, so you will get the details here. Once you check that, you can just click onto the enroll now. Once you click onto the enroll now, then next all these things are going to happen over the XLR LMS portal itself. Okay, so just for the reference purpose, you can just start. You can just click on continue learning, and your learning journey will start. Okay, so on top of it, just for the information, as couple of the faculty members, different universities are already part of this program. So whenever you are going to enroll, or anybody of your friends or your colleagues are already enrolled, so you can just help them out if they're struggling anywhere, definitely. So once after the login, they will find their details onto the LMS dashboard. Okay, so once they complete the enrollment process, they will get the LMS details by XLR, so they can log into that. Then they can directly find the courses on their dashboard. Okay, and they can start enrolling, or they can start working on to the same. So whenever the members are going to be working on to the videos or materials, so their progress will be increased automatically. So here If you are able to see video finished, go to the next item. Okay. So likewise, the progress will be increased. Okay. And upon completion of the 100% of the progress, you will be able to see the final assessment as well. This will be the proctor assessment test, and you will be having only one chance. Okay, so to submit this test in a one go or only you have to submit this test. And after completion of this test, final assessment with 100% of the progress, you will get the certificate from the team of XLR. Okay, so likewise, this certificate you will receive in 8 working days. Yes, so that's how you can enroll for the SWAYAM Plus courses from the XLR. So this is the credit-based courses. So I hope things are clear. If any issue or any problem, if you're looking for any more clarification in the future, you can feel free to reach out to us via edl@texla.com. Thank you so much for listening. And Sushmita, host to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so dear faculty members, if you are interested, I request please, as we showed, go to SWAYAM Plus portal and log in. You can enroll for the courses. We will start for the day. Ashok sir, good afternoon. Sir, you're not audible actually. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Now you're audible. No, again, your voice is not coming, sir. It's not audible.
No, Sushmita, actually. So Ashok sir, be like if issue with the system, you can just rejoin once.
Are you able to hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, sir. Now it is fine.
Okay, fine. Let me share my screen. So I hope you are able to hear me and you are able to see my screen
Yeah, yes, sir.
so that we can start. Okay. So very good afternoon to everyone. Welcome everyone for the day 5 of this cybersecurity FDP. So we have covered the basics. I hope whatever I've just discussed with you for the past 4 days might be overwhelming or else might be stuffing a lots of stuff into maybe your books or notes or brain, right? But the real fact is like maybe whatever seen there on these 4 or 5 days. So everyone is a faculty, right? If you're just putting a calculation. So what are the topics we have seen now? Let's say you deliver a course on BTech cybersecurity, right? So maybe what we face from industry on academics is like, so maybe like 10 to 15% of these things are clearly covered in the any of the course, right? Irrespective of their CGPAs, SGPAs. Only 10 to 20% of these topics are covered clearly in the course, right? So that's what we find, like many of the colleges, they have this as an elective. So whatever topics which we are going to see today, the last 8 topics: cyber laws, ethical hacking, red team, blue team, governance, risk and compliance, identity and access management with disaster recovery, incident response, digital forensics, threat intelligence, open source intelligence. You see, these topics are leave this cyber laws, right? Leaving cyber laws and ethical hacking. So the last 6 topics are assume each and every topic when a candidate or a student studies, they just spend let's say like 45 to 60 hours. That's how we give credits in college: 3 credit, 4 credit, right? A single course or single topic, they study something, they do some hands-on, they do some project, they'll be ready for that job. Either a job on GRC, a job on incident response, job on threat intelligence. Some of the jobs may be for freshers, and some jobs have some limitations. They require minimum 2-3 years experience and on. So today, the final day, we are going to discuss what are the foundation basics we want to cover is already done. Let me repeat, we need to know about basic hardware, networking. We have not covered something on operating system, data structures, right? So these things are also has to be a part, at least students has to define. If someone says data structures, right? Stack, queue, heap, FIFO, LIFO, binary trees, different types of data structures. If someone says operating system, you talk about virtual memory, paging, segmentation, deadlock, different types of storages and on. Right? So again, many of the colleges, those who offer cybersecurity, right? Even I do run for some of their board of studies. So they have a course called cyber laws, right? A credit course, preferably in the last 2 semesters or the last year, right? Called as cyber laws, typically 1 credit or 2 credit, sometimes even 3 credits, right? So, but keep in mind, we are just training a candidate for a engineering or an arts, typically a technical guy, right? So if you are just going to teach them cyber laws, that's well and good. I remember 10, 15 years ago, I was so fascinated about the cyber laws. I want to get into courts for being a cyber lawyer and on, right? But even now we get into court as an expert witness. That's a different thing. But cyber laws, if you offer as a course, it will be so easy for students to know the cyber law sections, write a 2-mark, define, differentiate. That's well and good. But industry, very few, like 1 in 1,000, might be interested in this course called cyber laws, right? But others, if you say like your student knows something about cyber laws, well and good. I believe he knows 66A, 66B, of IT Act or some IPC laws. That's fine. But industry might not be showing much interest on the cyber laws. We have it, not sure, like because of you might have made a syllabus from another university, they might have made a syllabus from another college or university. A chain goes on like that, right? The first one might have given an importance to cyber laws way back in 2010 or 2015, right? So this can be a course, but it's not recommended to be for an interview recruitment process or something, unless and otherwise a law firm is recruiting a cybersecurity engineer. They might be interested in this course. So we'll be seeing from this cyber laws till threat intelligence, the whole step we'll check. Cyber laws, as I said, I'm not going to go in depth, right? We'll see cyber laws in India. Again, cyber laws have a different scenario. Indian cyber laws is different, the US is different, Australia is different, Singapore, Malaysia is different. Each and every jurisdiction, typically country-based, they'll have some different laws, right? In India, laws, IPC, Indian Penal Code, right? And we have different jurisdiction in that. So cyber laws in India is foundation or backend by IT Act, that is called Information Technology Act, came in 2000, that was established in 2000 year. Then it was amended, IT Act amendment in 2008, and even recently some changes was made to this, right? So cyber laws, when we talk about cyber laws, what is the need for cyber laws? We are going to discuss about cybersecurity, attack, defense. An attack happens, you want to go to the courts of India and put a lawsuit against someone. You need to say them, hey, this guy have done a fraud or forgery. Everyone knows the fancy number, right? This number. Let me down to today's. So everyone knows IPC is Indian Penal Code. We have a fancy number 420, right? 420 means committing a fraud. Someone commits a fraud, right? We call them 420, right? The 420 is just the IPC section, which you can file a case against them when they commit a fraud, right? So that is on this. Right. Same way, IT Act, right? IT Act have many sections. You have 66 is the majority section, which is going to talk about hacking, an offense, right? In which people lose money, someone do an attack, right? So 66 A, B, C, D, E, F will be there. Then you have something like 67. Just a minute. Fine. I hope I'm audible. You're able to hear me. Again, there were some interrupts.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So we're discussing about IPC 420 traditional laws. When it comes to cyber laws, it's called IT Act, Information Technology Act of 2000. That was lately amended in 2008. Even in 2020, we had some changes, right? So if we claim that someone have committed a fraud against you in terms of monetary terms physically, you file a case against them in IPC 420. If someone have committed a fraud against you in so-called hacking, right? You know, right, OTP frauds, SMS frauds, link frauds, any of the cyber digital frauds, right? We'll file them a case against any of these sections. 66, right? 66 Act, 66 A, B, C, D, E, F. It goes on, right? 66A is no more. It has been removed by Supreme Court in 2014. But B, C, D, E, F, it works. Fine. So let's check the basics of cyber laws. You see 66, 67, and 67 is typically a specific cyber law, which is related to punishment for transmitting, storing, retrieving something related to abusive material. Typically, in sexually abusive material, it can be an audio, video, photo, or even a text message, right? So that can be filed against 67. So in this example here, 67 is given. Fine. So let me show you some real world examples. T Act 66 B C D E F. I'm randomly opening some sections from 65, 66. Yeah, this should do good. Let me check. Okay, 65 is tampering, 66 is hacking with computer. The definition of hacking was different in IT Act 2000. It clearly changed in 2008, right? Because in 2000, computers was a big box, right? You have a cabinet, you have a monitor, you have a keyboard, mouse. But in 2008, 2010, computers means even your mobile device, your tablets, your PCs, your CCTV cameras come under computing device. Any device which is capable of storing, retrieving, and transmitting the information will called as a computing device, right? So hacking computers was the older definition on 66 Act. You see 66B, receiving stolen computer. Someone, let's say you are receiving, you're not paying a license, let's say for Microsoft, you're getting a cracked versions of Microsoft software. If Microsoft finds or any company finds, they can file a case against you or your organization in this section in India called 66B of IT Act. Receiving stolen computer or communication devices. Previously, it was only hardware devices. Later, it was extended to applications and softwares also. 66C, using password of another person. Someone hacks your Gmail or college mail ID and logs into that. If you have a strong proof, digital evidence, right? So you can file a case against them in this act called 66C of IT Act. Password misuse. 66D, cheating using computer resource. How to cheat using computer? Someone have created a fake profile in your name. They started sending messages to your friend and collecting money, right? Cheating by impersonation. Impersonation is, you see here. Yeah, impersonation is someone is pretending as if they are the other person. 66E, Publishing private images of others, right? 66E. 66EF, it's cyber terrorism. 67C, okay. See this act 66EF, cyber terrorism. I'll give you a couple of sections. Maybe even if you want to do some research in cyber laws or at least for general public, please. Something called cyber terrorism is there. Then there is something called child pornography. Everyone knows pornography is obscene or XYZ materials, fine. Or else they call it as sexist materials. But child pornography is any of these materials, there is a child below 18 is involved. Can be audio, video, photo, or even a chat message. So if you know, right, you are responsible for your mobile, you are responsible for your Gmail, your college is responsible for all the computers available in the college, right? Same way. So if your systems or digital assets has anything related to cyber terrorism or anything related to child pornography, it's a highly offensive crime. Not only in India, globally. In India, these crimes are non-bailable, at least for the first 3 months, right? They find you against having a child pornography evidence, or else if they find you against sending or receiving a message related to cyber terrorism, right, against the sovereignty and integrity of the nation, they can, without any question, they can arrest you and put you behind bars, right? Bringing a lawyer, asking for a bail, and other things are later, right? So keep in mind, you or your organization. Again, that's what we recommend: regularly auditing the computers, right? Because regularly auditing will let you know anything, something like that abusive is here, right? So that is on 67F. So I'll just give you one section. Maybe we'll discuss about one section, 66B of IEA, right? Sorry, 64B of IEA. IEA is Indian Evidence Act, right? 64B of IEA. Certificate. Let me search for that. Yeah. Just open image in new tab. Let me open this. 65B. Sorry, 65. Previously, some sections was changed, so there was a confusion. 65B of IEA, right? Section is called 65 subdivision B of Indian Evidence Act. We'll say, like, let's check what is this. Let's search for the AI mode, what it says. Cool. 65B. Let me open that. Yeah, you see here. Now we got the number right. 65B section of Indian Evidence Act 1872 governs the admissibility of electronic evidence in the court of law. Right? You in current day, right? Any case, irrespective they are a civil case or a criminal case, right? They involve some electronic evidence, starting from a phone call, a photo, audio, a video, an email, or anything, right? So if you want to prove something as evidence in the court of law, that should be something that IEA, Indian Evidence Act. So if you want to prove an evidence, there is an electronic evidence or digital evidence, right? So they need to pass this, right? 65B of Indian Evidence Act says it's like a certificate given by organizations. It can be given by a government lab. It can be given by an investigating company. Even we give this certificate for some of our clients. Last week, a client came. He was running a school, right? So in which some opponent party came, broke the school, and took the CCTV box, recording everything. So he had the recording in his mobile. So we gave a 65B certificate. The equivalent, I'll let you know the new name, new number, right? So because that was the video that was taken from CCTV to his mobile, and he wants to prove it in the court of law. Someone came, they broke, they took everything, and he asked this digital evidence recording of the CCTV from his mobile login. I want to restart. Okay. So that is on this 65B of Indian Evidence Acts, right? So this is related to IPCR. You remember, if you can remember, here couple of years ago, government have just changed something on the BNS laws, right? Indian laws has been the same laws, something in the updated version, right? Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita, right? So the laws has been coming in the different forms. You see, like this 65B, which we are talking now, Indian Evidence Act, in BNS laws, the new laws, it is in the section of 63-4C. So we are giving the certificate in this name, the digital evidence certificate. Now we are giving the certificate in this name. The content will be the same, only the sections and some changes will be there. 63-4C, right? So this is the name of 63-4C certificate. You see 63-4C certificate. Check onto the images. Let us check what is there in the certificate. Let me open a new tab. Okay. See certificate section 63-4C certificate part A. There will be two parts. Part A to be filled in by the party. You are coming to me and giving your mobile device. That is to be filled by you. I'll give you, if I am a forensic investigator, see, let's say our company, we give certificate for part B. Part B will be saying that, say you gave a mobile, make, model, what is the mobile, everything. Will take the hash values. You remember MD5 SHA-1 hashes for integrity check and put it in the certificate, right? So this is the certificate for submission of electronic evidence in the court of law. If at all you want to submit something in the court of law in India, right? So obviously the judge or jury or the opponent lawyer might ask for this certificate. Hey, wait, I accept. You have a mobile, the photo was there, it is deleted. You have a hard disk, the CCTV recording was there, that is fine. You have a pen drive, some evidence was there, that deleted. You have an email, something was deleted. Every electronic evidence we accept, but something has to be accepted in the court of law. If they demand, obviously you need to give the certificate. You see here the older one was 65B certificate. The current version, the upgraded version is 63-4C of BSA, Bharatiya Sakshya Adhinam 2023, right? So these are the things. So if you talk, I remember like when I go for some college, universities for visiting and other things, they'll give me a paper on the same thing, 2-credit course on cyber laws to be covered in 3 days or 5 days, right? So the majority of the things will cover traditional IPCs. It will cover the Information Technology Act. All sections will discuss in detail. We have some example for each and every section, the case which we handle, some benchmark cases on the internet, right? Then we'll say them what all the important things, cyber terrorism, child pornography, what has to be taken. Then the older versions and current version. So these are the things which we need to know if we claim, or else if your student claims going out to the industry saying that, hey, I had a course and I had a 1 or 2 credit course on cyber laws, right? Obviously, they need to know this, right? But I have seen some syllabuses like in which the cyber law course is so broad in the sense they'll talk about Australian cyber law, they'll talk about Singapore cyber law, they'll talk about US and UK. Fine, that's well and good. But that will cover 1 chapter or 2 chapters, right? So when I go for board of studies, I recommend them to cut short that crisply cover cyber laws in India. Believe our students, those who are going, they might hunt or search for a job, something relevant to them, right? So again, as I already gave you a disclaimer, right? The cyber law course might be there for 1 or 2 credits for students to get an idea of what is cyber law. Implementing that, really a guy who have done LLB and going on, can implement or practice cyber laws. People like us, right? You see, as I said, we used to go to court as the expert witness. So we might have made a report for our client. The client will give it in the court. The court will call back, hey, bring that guy or company who have given you this report. We'll go and say the same thing which are there in the report, sir. This was the CCTV. There was a DVR. In the DVR, there was a hard disk. This is the DVR file system. This is the hard disk file format. This is the software version. There was recording for 7 days. There was 2 recordings that has been overwritten. Before 7 days, we used this recovery software, government approved recovery software, or NIST approved recovery software, and we are able to recover the older video. That was 1 hour video. Take the complete video, take the hash of the video, then clearly say which portion is required for the case, right? So that's how it goes on. That's called expert witness. Someone who's called to the court of law for explaining what they have done, right? So that is on this first part, cyber laws. The second part, the second topic is called hacking or ethical hacking. As I already said, I don't promote this stuff, hacking or ethical hacking. That's what it's given as ethical hacking, ethics, right? So, but nowadays many companies, colleges, or even training institutes promote this, right? It's a need of the heart. They say like you need to know hacking to defend that. Fine, that's one of the facts, right? But we'll see what exactly is there in this. You remember this? If anyone can check or go back what we have seen yesterday or day before, cyber kill chain, reconnaissance, fine, weaponization, delivery, command and control, action of objective. This also covers this. It is overlapping. So that is cyber kill chain. If you talk in terms of ethical hacking, a hacker wants to do a reconnaissance, scan the target, gain access, so-called exploit, give it to the system. They click it, they open. So-called hack is done on step number 3, gaining access. Fourth one is maintaining access. Every time they don't want to go back. So they will open a random port number 777 or 7777. Finally, covering tracks. Whatever activity is done by the hacker, no network is 100% secure and nothing can be completely removed. The evidences. So whatever best possible things, you walk, footprint is there. You take a cloth and wipe it. Same way, covering tracks is covering the footprints, digital footprints left by the attacker in step number 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So this is called as the 5-step in ethical hacking. I know, right? I used to be an instructor for one of the leading ethical hacking master course, global certification, right? So whenever someone comes to us, right, in the interview and say, sir, I have this ethical hacking version 12, version 13 certificate. I am a certified ethical hacker. Fine. So we'll ask them, hey, fine, how many modules are there? We're able to clearly say, sir, there are 20 modules. We'll accept, okay, we have studied, we have known something. Fine. First module says steps in ethical hacking. It will say these 5 steps. Just like we talk about saying the ISO IS 7 in order, we'll ask them, hey, here are the steps in ethical hacking. If he says 5 steps, we actually say 5 steps. We'll ask, share the 5 steps in order. We have seen like 80% of students who claim they know hacking or ethical hacking, done a certificate or done a self-study. They won't be able to say this in order. They'll say that there is gaining access, maintaining access, covering tracks, scanning. They might miss reconnaissance, a lengthy word, right? So that is on this ethical hacking. And you see, recently Cisco introduced a course, a free course, if I'm not wrong. I've asked my team to try that. It works. 60 or 70 hours course on ethical hacking, right? So again, this course is interesting. Why? Because like they just give a timeline. See, you are an employee of this Protigo company. Fine. Your client is a Pixel Paradise company. They have given a scenario. When you start the course itself, they have given you are a so-called hacker or ethical hacker, right? Your company details, your client company details, right? And you're going to do this so-called ethical hacking. They get a disclaimer. Yes, I accept. Fine. Because common disclaimer for accepting the ethical grounds. Then module 1 says what is ethical hacking and pen testing, right? So there are 2 overlapping domains in cybersecurity or topics: ethical hacking and another thing we call as VAPT, right? VAPT is vulnerability, right? Assessment, ASS, vulnerability assessment, and penetration testing, VAPT, right? So companies, you see like any company, even big companies, fancy cyber companies, they won't give you an ID card called ethical hacker. They'll give you an ID card or job role called as security engineer, security analyst, or VAPT engineer, red teamer, blue teamer, and all, right? So the same thing, like we encourage students to do something on the VAPT stuff. Nothing difference. The same thing is done in the different label, fine. The same Horlicks in a different box, same way, fine. So ethical hacking and VAPT are overlapping domains, fine. So that's what in this course. Yeah, they are given understanding ethical hacking and pen testing. See, you remember they might have discussed the same thing. We discussed about what is a vulnerability, what is penetration testing, why do we need pen testing, why company needs pen testing, what are all the carriers after completing this where they will get the job, which 3 internet job boards or few job positions. Right? Let me randomly select something. It works fine. Same way. So it will have each and every module. Threat actor, you remember we saw threat actor. It can be a hacker or a virus. Here, threat actors are called hacktivists, state-sponsored, insider attack. They are giving the different types of threat actors. Fine. Then what is pen testing, right? What is the need for penetration testing? Fine. Network infra. Pen testing is typically BAPT, finding vulnerability, doing an attack. That is vulnerability assessment is finding a vulnerability. Penetration testing is proof, showing the proof saying that hey, the attack is possible. PT is the actual hacking phase, right? So you can do pen testing on a network. Your college has 100 computers, it can be done. Your college has an application, college management system, it can be done. Your college uses cloud, it can be done, right? So pen testing or VAPT can be done on an infrastructure. Infrastructure can be a network, it can be an application, it can be a cloud, it can be a source code, right? Anything. So then unknown environment, known, partially known, they are given some different names. Traditional names for these are, we call it as black box, fine, gray box, and white box. You might have taught this in a traditional software testing course. In pen testing or hacking, black boxes, you give me an information, sir, do a security testing on my college website. I just know your college name, College of Engineering, or your college.edu.in. Black box, only just by knowing the victim's details, you get some details, you gather some details, you follow all the 5 steps in ethical hacking, or else you try the first or second step, right? And you do some report. Gray box is the college will have a college management system, right? aums.edu.in, university management system, right? And then they'll give you a demo login, demo user, demo pass, right? They'll give you a username and password for demo user. White box is the actual phase in which imagine an employee, worker inside your company, inside your college is a real hacker or it's an attacker. So white box is giving the admin username and admin at 123 or admin passwords. So it's gray black box without any knowledge, just by knowing the target, you do a report. Gray box, getting some basic demo details, logging in and getting the code. White box is having a complete control. Assume you are the owner of that institution. You have complete rights. Anyone captures your username and password, what attack they can do, right? That will be categorized. That's what is given as unknown black box. Known, obviously, it's going to be white box. Partial is gray box. They've given it some different names. Fine. Okay. See there, I'm just quickly walking you through this code. If you have read each and every line, the question will be based upon the line. See, the company you are working have contracted to do a network pen test on broader pen testing engagement. What will be the target in this test, right? So you want to do network infrastructure pen testing, fine. IPS, virtual machines, switches, digital front store. Choose 3 that apply, right? Intrusion prevention system, switches, replay servers. I hope it's right. Fine. I'm seeing this for the first time. Fine. Okay. So that's how it will be evaluated. Each and every module will have something. Fine. The survey different standards and methodologies. You cannot randomly say, I'm giving you a pen testing report. That's a standard. Exam means question paper should be like that. Answer sheet, the answer should be like this. That's a standard set by your exam office, right? Controller of examination. Same way, that's a standard, global standard. You remember we saw first dot standard, CVE, CVSS, METRA is one standard, OASP is one standard, NIST 800.155 is standard, OSSTM, it's an open source standard, PTES, pen testing execution standards, information security assessment framework, different standards. It will say like how to do a pen test. They'll give you a sample document, how to start the work, how to start the first work, who are all the team members, who need to do what, how the report should be there, how to be submitted, a complete walkthrough. Let's assume you're going to start a college. Someone who has an experience in college will give you a document. Hey, if you want to start a college, buy a land, do these documents, register to government, put a thing, get an admission, all these things, right? In pen and papers, they'll give. Same way, if you want to do a VAPT, these are all the standards which will let you know how to make a VAPT report. And there are some lab components available. Fine. Information gathering in Mitre attack. Fine. You see here, reconnaissance. Yeah, reconnaissance is the other name of information gathering. Fine. It goes on like that. See, we have seen first module, Introduction to Ethical Hacking. It's a lengthy course, maybe like 50-60 hours course. Planning and scoping. So everything has to be done with a plan. Hackers do something X, Y, Z. But BAPT or pen testing or security audit has to be done clearly. If you call me to do a pen test, I won't directly do on your college website. I'll ask for a mail. We'll sit for a meeting. I'll make a document, service level agreement document. I want your college higher level officials, a principal or registrar or HOD or the top level management to sign the contract. Then we will start the security audit. Right? That's the difference between so-called hacking or ethical hacking and professional way of security audit or BAPT. So there is a domain called GRC, governance, risk and compliance. We'll see that. Then importance of scoping, how to create a scope document, rules of engagement. Then module T, information gathering. Using passive active information gathering, it works. Let us just let me expand this. Okay. So module 4, social engineering attack, exploiting wired and wireless network, application vulnerabilities, OS comes into place, cloud vulnerability, mobile vulnerability, IoT vulnerability, post exploitation. There are some documenting for post exploitation, how to make a report, what are all the tools and codes available. I hope at the end it have a project. I have downloaded that, right? You see here they have a capstone project to complete this course. They'll give you some tasks. You remember whatever we have seen in the first 5 days, something might be here. You see here, we're able to see a SQL injection attack, challenge 1. We're able to see a directory traversal, right? And Samba, SMB says share. Wireshark, the first day we saw this too, right? So they are giving some 4 challenges for you to solve and make the report for completing and getting the certificate for this course, right? This. Fine, that's on the second topic. First, we have seen cyber laws. Second topic is so-called hacking or ethical hacking. The next topic, red team, blue team. Nowadays, this name is getting fancier, right? Red and blue, fine. You know, police and thief, red team and blue team. As the name goes, red team is an attacker who do something offensive. Blue team is a security professional who do something in the controlled environment. Imagine like a red is thief, blue is police. A company hires you to safeguard your company access infrastructure. Sometimes they want you to attack on the other company. That's against the ethics, but companies used to do, right? So red team is typically offensive. Offensive means doing so-called hack for a cyber attack. Something like a vulnerability is there, you are a threat and you do some risk activities. Fine. Blue team is, we discussed, right? Security Operations Center, IDS, IPS, firewall, SOC, right? SIM/SOAR, right? So that is blue team. So nowadays companies are hiring for this role, but they don't hire freshers for this role. At least they should have worked 1 year, 2 year in basic cybersecurity roles. Then they will be allowed to migrate to these job roles. Red team engineer, blue team engineer. See, red team is offensive, blue team is defensive. Red team has serial hacking, pen testing, black box, social engineering. Blue team has damage control, incident response, threat hunting, digital forensic. And you remember this, if you are seeing it again, this is the cyber kill chain. Recon, weaponization, delivery, exploitation, installation, CNC, action of objective. How the red team will work. Red team had to, from step 1 to step 7, the red team had to completely, successfully complete all these. so that the red team activity is done. They have done some hacks, right? Blue team labs, TryHack Me. I will show you some of the labs which are available. Okay, there's a TryHack Me. That's a website. They have some free courses and paid also. See, I've just come to the intermediate level. The first level will say, if you remember, we discussed knowing what is cybersecurity, Linux, then HTTP, DNS, then network packets, ISO model, LAN, networking, knowing all the basics, starting with defensive security, prevention, offensive security, right? See, there is, let's check what is there. This defensive security and offensive security. Okay, let's start with the offensive security. Let me resume the lab. It's in halfway. Some of my team have tried this. 15 minutes of lab. Hey, welcome. Find what does that mean? Which of the following options represent the process where you can hacker, right? If you are a hacker, obviously it will be offensive. Offensive means for bad purpose or attacker's purpose. Submit. Obviously, it's a same way. Hacking your first mission, they'll give you a fake bank-like website. See, this is a fake bank, looking like it's a fake bank. You see right side, the virtual machine is opening, right? So this is the free course, right? Free in the sense some levels of the TryHack Me are free. After going for advanced levels, you need to pay and get it. But some beginner level of this website, TryHack Me, if you're hearing this or seeing this for the first time, the website name is tryhackme.com. You can go and create an account. I hope they have some discounts, privileges for academic accounts, college accounts. Fine. See, TryHack Me. They'll have the whole modules free and paid. Okay, hacking your first mission. You see what is saying on the step. Hey, there's a bank website. Fine. So they are just typically, see, that's the difference. Why this websites like TryHack Me, Hack the Box got familiarities, like they teach something with the concept, the hands-on that is expected for the recruiter, for the company, right? So when you see this, right, if you're teaching the same VAPT in your traditional classroom, we'll feel the difference. Student will title 2 mark for VA, 2 mark for PT, an example, fine. But they won't be able to simulate this, right? You see here the virtual machine is loaded on the right side. Let us check. The machine is loaded. Okay, it's a Linux machine. That's a terminal, fine. Okay, you see here on the left side, there is a website, right? There's a fake bank. I'm opening that. Instructions will be step by step. When you go to intermediate and advanced level only, you need to think and write a script or something. Beginner level, it is so easy, right? Just see the instructions and follow. See the fake bank. Mr. G. Benjamin has a bank account. Fine, this much amount is there. You remember the first class we discussed about confidentiality, integrity, availability with the bank example. Fine. So then you see here. Okay, refresh the Firefox page. Left side, instruction by instruction, it may be given. Fine. So okay, you have a bank account. Fine. Step 1 is done. Open the terminal. You see the terminal is this one. They're asking you to open the terminal. GoBuster-U, Peg Bank, word list, GIR. They have created a password list. And using the terminal, they are just trying to simulate an attack. This attack is done. You see here, you are able to get some pegbank.html, threads, word list, right? Status code, error code 200, 204, 301. Fine. The result is you got a status code 200 saying that you have found a hidden page in the bank website, right? Let's go back to the thing. Just a moment. Let's go. Fakebank.thm. What I'm doing, the attacker have found a hidden page. I'm typing in the URL. bank-tran. Yeah, nowadays, banks are not this much easy to hack, right? They have a certain things. This is for beginner level to learn a pen testing. That's an admin portal, right? Send from bank account number. They'll give you instructions, right? Mission is to transfer from bank account number 2276. Send to bank account number, your account number is 8881 in this virtual machine. You want to send $2,000. Imagine like this gives a look and feel saying that you are hacking the bank website and you are the bank manager, you are transferring money from one account to other account. See, transfer is successful. Fine. So this is the first step, right? They are showing how to do this pen testing in this lab. So in this scenario, this is like an intermediate level. Before that, we need to know how network security operates. Again, we need to know how HTML works. See, I am right clicking and view page source. It shows the source of this page. You know, right? Traditional HTML, XML, right? Our languages to create a web page, right? So attacker might find vulnerability in any of these things. Okay. Fine. This is on something called Try Hack Me. Fine. One website which gives, as I said, there are some 100 courses, 20 courses will be free, right? All about cyber security related courses starting from the network foundation, right? So there is another website called Hack the Box. When I was there at the university, I had an account in this. I recently checked that account. Fine. Hack the Box. Fine. Hack the Box is like you see a box. They are named it as a box, right? Each box, what they name it as each box is a system. It's a network. It's an infrastructure, right? So boxes might be vulnerable, right? Virtual machines might be. You see how many boxes they have? 6,684 virtual labs, right? So that attacker you can just try all the labs. You see here, right side, a Python code is running simulator. Fine. So if you run this, the environment, obviously, you will be able to try. See what is the thing. Starting, it will have a easy, medium, rank. See, nowadays companies start recruiting something from this. Company just ask the first and second round of interview saying that, hey, what is your hack the box ranking? Or what is your try at me level? Fine. You cannot do this, or students cannot do this the day before the interview. They should have practiced it over at least 1 month, 2 months, or 6 months. They'll be able to give the hack the box ranking. They'll be able to give the try at me levels, right? So this is what nowadays many companies, core cybersecurity companies are recruiting something like that, right? So no more traditional tell about yourself GD interviews, fine. So that is on this topic, red team and blue team, a fancy name given for ethical hacking, pen testing, BA or on. GRC, it's one domain in cybersecurity. We call it as governance. Sorry. We call it as governance, risk and compliance. Fine. See, I'll show you. Fine. See, there's a domain called GRC. I'll give you some companies, right? So, big 4 IT companies. When I was there at the university, right? So, these companies come, there are 100 students, 80 students will be acquired by this company. I'm talking about cybersecurity companies, right? Sorry, cybersecurity students, BTech cybersecurity, MTech cybersecurity, fine. So, these 4 companies, right? If I'm not wrong, their names or they're called as big 4 companies, right? They are KPMG, Deloitte, EY, Ernst & Young, PwC, right? So these 4 companies, I remember the past 10 years at the university, cybersecurity placements, majority of the placements were in these companies only because they need cybersecurity engineers for doing a specific activity called as GRC, governance, risk and compliance. What does that mean? You say like you want to go and apply for a driving license. Indian government has a protocol. There's an authority for that. There's an RTO office. You need to go, you need to apply, you need to pass the test, you get the license. From starting to getting the license, there's a sequential step, well drafted, right? Same way for a company, right? It can be IT company, it can be a production company, it can be any type of company. If they want to keep their data secure, this has to be followed, right? That's called as governance, risk and compliance, right? Let me show you one common example. When we talk about GRC, ISO 27001, it's a certificate, right, given to companies. So most of my students, my colleagues, right, they work as engineers, GRC security engineers for this standard, ISO standard. ISO 27001 CLAIS, international standard for ISMS, Information Security Management System. So any company who wants to get a big project, 2 crore, 4 crore, they want to get the project and do, the client will ask, hey, are you capable of doing it? Nowadays, clients are asking, I'm giving my data to your company. Is your company secure, or else will your company manage my data, the data without getting hacked or compromised? For that, this is a certificate given to a company, right? You cannot get the certificate just like that. Hope every faculty knows the pain of preparing documents for UGC and NAC, right? Same way, the company has to prepare documents, everything in the right way for a ISO 27001 certificate. And that is not one time, just like the audit comes every 4 years. This ISO has to be done every 1 year or every 3 years, depending upon the organization. But if your organization has this thing, let me show you the logo. Right, we are talking about NAC A plus grade, right? Same way, companies having this ISO certificate, clients will be so happy to give them projects so that they believe at least the company is following some standards to keep their data secure. Fine. So these and all things comes under domain called governance, risk, and compliance. And you see there are many other standards. I'll give you some standards. Everyone uses an ATM card. It can be debit or credit, right? They come under a standard called PCI DSS, payment card industry data security standard, right? Images. For example, India has a standard, right? RuPay. Recently, in the recent years, India got this compliance. Fine. RuPay card. Fine. So previously we were using MasterCard, American Express, Visa card, right? Now Indian banks, we created our own standard and we got it approved globally from this PCI-DSS, right? So now most of our thing we are using RuPay cards, right? RuPay is the PCI-DSS. It's a standard for payment card industry. It's a data security standard. Same way, let's say there's a hospital, they have a standard called HIPAA. HIPAA standard. Hospital have to store all the customer data in the right way, right? So they need to follow the standard called HIPAA. And companies have something called SOX, SOC 2 compliance. SOC 2, it's an audit compliance, fine. Just like ISO, company has to follow this. So this is the standard. See, for example, if you want to become a faculty, you need to write the exam and pass, right? So you have state level exams, central level exams, and all. Same way, companies have to get some certification standard so that they get some projects, they get approvals. So the whole of the thing is managed by a group of team called as governance, risk, and compliance. It's a broad domain categorized as GRC. Fine. ISACA, ISACA, right? It's a organization globally who's managing the standard. Right? IEEE, right? UGC, NAC, same way. ISACA is a body, organization who's managing the standard. To implement the standard, they have their certificates also. Just like we give BTech degree, MTech degree, they have CISA, Certified Information Security Auditor, CISM, Certified Information Security Manager, and all. Fine. You see, when you see the numbers of these salaries, it will be interesting. You see, ISACA, CISA, certified salary, yeah. But keep in mind, if you want to get a job for some good numbers, salaries, or something like that, you should be qualified for that, right? Randomly, you cannot get a high paid salary, right? But in cybersecurity, the salary is something in an exceptional order. I remember a student joins as a company as a software developer, 20,000 salary. After 3 years, it becomes 30, 35, right? After 5 years, it becomes 40. After 10 years, 20,000 to 80,000 in a duration of 10 years. I know my students or my colleagues, those who are done BTech, MTech, cybersecurity, right? So starting salary 30,000, 40,000. After a year, you get 60, 80. After 2 years, you go like 91, right? After 3 years, you get on to a double-digit salary, right? But you keep in mind, this is a expanding domain. You need to learn day in and day out. It's not like physics, chemistry, learning the theorems once in lifetime. You need to learn day in and day out for the CC here. Entry level salary for this, some survey online says 4 to 5 lakhs. For mid level, 7 to 15 lakhs. Advanced, 15 to 25 lakhs. This is per annum salary, right? package per annum. Fine. Okay. And the same is applicable for you talk about BAPT, you talk about SOC, any job roles. There are some salary windows available. Fine. IAM and disaster recovery. As the name goes, disaster recovery. Let's say a virus has blocked all your college computer. You need to go pay and get the money. Remember, we discussed about ransomware. Right? So in this scenario, if your college has a backup of all the data, all the system data every day, backing up in another different location, they can just format everything and put the backup. Or you might miss only 1 day data or previous data. But we mostly education institution, we don't have regular backup mechanism. Nowadays, we believe something is stored on the cloud, right? But that also has to be configured in the right way. When you're talking about this principle called IAM, identity and access management, we need to correlate this principle. You remember day 1, day 2 discussed on this AAA principle, authentication, authorization, accounting. Just to implement this AAA principle in the right way, in technical terms, we call it as ACL. That is called access control list, right? So putting them in the right way using a software or an application, the domain is called IAM, identity and access management. What does it say? Who has access to data, when they had access to data, what they did with the data, right? Complete thing. So IAM and disaster recovery are combined, right? Combo. IAM controls user access to the system. That is called IAM. Who can access what, when, why they have opened the document, why they have edited the document, everything comes. Disaster recovery ensures business continuity. After a cyber attack, how much time it takes for the company or organizations to come back? You know, right? After tsunami, it took many days, many years to come. After an earthquake or a volcano, the country takes this much time to come back. Same way, after a cyber attack, your organization or your company, how much time or how fast it's coming back. We also call it as business continuity. We in cyber technologies, we call it as cyber readiness, right? So that is called this IAM, identity and access management and disaster recovery. Fine. Okay, we move on to another domain called incident response, IR. Fine. In layman terms, IR. Okay. It's called DFIR. That's called digital forensic and incident response. We'll see only IR, incident response, right? What does that mean? Incident in cyber terminology, it's not expected, unexpected, or else a hack. Incident is an attack. What response you do after an attack or during the attack or before an attack. Mostly incident response happens during or after the attack, right? So incident response is a structured approach to detect, analyze, and mitigate cyber incidents, right? So you're detecting the attack earlier. Let's say you're using a firewall, IDS, IPH is detecting. You're analyzing the SOC team, you're analyzing the network packet, saying that this virus have come into your system. It is infecting your Windows computer, it is infecting your PDF reader. Then you do a mitigation. You know, CVE, CVSS, with all these things, you can give a mitigation for that. Fine. So that is called incident response. But incident response in real world is fast. What does that mean? We go for IR to many companies, right? They say, sir, an employee have stolen the data and run away. A hacker from outside have stolen company data. A competitive company have shut down this company websites. So we need to give them a solution within few hours. 4 hours, 8 hours, 24 hours, 72 hours, not more than 2 to 3 days, right? We get in, we do an IR, incident response. We have a general procedures, we have some standards, right? And we clearly say them, hey, this employee using this computer, they have stolen your source code and given to the competitive company. We have all the proofs. The proofs will be documented as per the standard. Then you see first vista cyber loss. If needed, you can give a 65B or 63 4C certificate. Fine. So the whole of the IR is going to be like preparing for an incident or preparing for the incident response, identification. Let's say I remember like we went for a college for an incident response. The college management, the IT team, I know him, right? He called me, said that, sir, today in our college, many systems, there's a red color screen. We have not changed the wallpaper, but many computers, the screen is changed to some red color wallpaper, right? So he asked me, sir, I didn't change any wallpaper, but something like that is changed, right? When we dropped in, we really identified what is the red color wallpaper, right? Let me show you. This one, yeah. Let me open this image. See the college computer? The computer, the background, the wallpaper, I've changed it to some information, right? For example, yeah, the ransom note will be something like this. They give you some information. Hey, welcome. They'll give you an introduction. Welcome, I'm a hacker. I hacked into your computer. I hacked using that logbook. My name is ransomware. What happened? How to recover? I have hacked it. Everything is locked, sealed, fine. You want to pay me and get your data back. If you don't want your data, fine, you leave. Your data will be locked only in your computer. Fine. See, that's how the note you see here at the bottom. The background. Your files are encrypted with RSA 2048 and AES 128, right? And this. They're given a Wikipedia page. See, the hacker is teaching you, hey, I've hacked your system. You go and learn what is AES. It will say like how many million years it will take you to crack the password. Only way for you to pay me and get your data back. Paying, you cannot pay in normal coins or normal money like a rupee or dollar. They'll ask you to pay in a virtual currency called Bitcoin. Hope everyone knows Bitcoin is one of the most common virtual currency. There are many other currencies. You check like alternate for Bitcoin. There are many. You see LD, some different altcoin, different virtual currencies. So the attacker will just hack in your system and ask you to pay. So that's what happened here. When we went on to the preparation, the sysadmin sent us the screenshot. They asked us to come for an incident response. We said them, sir, your college network is infected by a ransomware. Out of 1,000 systems in your college, already 300 systems are attacked, right? For example, the attacker is asking $100 for one system, 300 into 100, right? Those many dollars you need to pay and get your data back. So what is it? These are all like mission critical. Let's assume today is Friday. System admin identifies this. He reports to the management. He calls us. We say, sir, Saturday, Sunday is weekend. We'll check on Monday. It won't work. Within Monday, the attack might have picked up the momentum, right? So incident response is hard real time. You need to do it within hours. And again, it's pretty costly. Keep in mind, a single IR report will be charged in lakhs, 50,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or even greater. Identification, identifying what is the attack, detecting and confirming the security incidents. That's what we said, sir, your college is infected by a ransomware. When we called in, we went on, we did a containment, we found what is the ransomware. Fine. What is the ransomware? The ransomware is attacking a protocol called SMB protocol, SMB v1.1. Fine. So let us check what is the SMB protocol. SMB, I'll put SMB ransomware. SMB is not a ransomware, for your understanding I'm putting. Let me check the AI mode. Okay, SMB ransomware categorizes, they exploit, right? Exploit means a piece of virus code. Vulnerability is your weakness in your system. So exploit the vulnerabilities in a protocol called server message block. SMB protocol is a common protocol used in the networks. If you want to transfer data from one system to the other system over the network, SMB has to be in place. Just like doors and windows, SMB has to be in place, right? So this SMB protocols by default, they operate on port number 445, right? So what recommendations we gave them, sir, your college have a firewall. the firewall, write a rule saying that port number 130, 135, 137, 445. Write a rule in your firewall, block any all connections coming from 135, 138 and 445 to your network. So after that is written, what happened? That is not done. We have just done a containment. The attack is happening. The incident response, our security team have isolated the system to prevent further damage. Fine. Then eradication. We'll take a sample system. We'll take a sample system that is infected. Then we'll start reading it. Remove the malware, find what attack and how to overcome that. For removing this and other things, we have something called as, hope those who do some research, PhD or something, you might have heard of something called as VM, virtual machine, or else sandbox, controlled environment. Fine. So there is AnyRun sandbox. I'm opening a live website. AnyRun interactive online malware sandboxer. Get started. Fine. So this is a online virtual environment. You need to register and have an account. I don't want to log in now. Fine. Let us go and search for, yeah, it's there, right? Let us check this. AnyRun, what AnyRun will do? Let us check. In today's world of cyber attack, what they will do, you can give them a malware. In your college, the Windows 10 system, this version, this calculator application, someone have installed, or else this email someone have clicked. When you run, you see what's happening in the background. Attack is going, some executable is downloaded. The executable downloaded, you see the hash values of them. The executable is in the desktop. Get request is going on to the internet. DNS request is going to a IP in Russia or China, and finally the attack has happened. Fine. So this is a sandbox. AnyRun is one publicly available sandbox in which you can simulate the attack. What we did in this eradication phase, we have found the malware. It's a ransomware, right? We have contained something. Then in the eradication phase, we have removed the malware. We have known what are the attacks and what are the vulnerabilities. So why you are going to do this? Why you are doing this? Because we don't want the other systems to get infected. We want a permanent solution. Temporary solution, turning off the computer, disconnecting the network is a temporary solution. We want a permanent solution. Recovery. So we need to restore the system, right? Or else remove the virus and restore the system. Or else if there's a backup, go to the backup system and copy the backup and put it here. So after that, the IR team, the incident response team, will make a report that is called incident response report. We'll have a clear thing from when you called us till the final report, what we have done. It may be done for 1 hour, 2 hour, 1 day, 2 day, or even greater number of days. The attack is in a mammoth manner. Fine. So this is called as IR, incident response. Fine. Let's see the steps. Detection and analysis. Sorry, we'll start here. First step is preparation. Team is getting ready for IR. Detection and analysis, detecting the attack. Containment, containing the attack, moving further into the network or system. Eradication, removing the virus or malware. Recovery, putting your data back. Post-incident, making a complete report what to do. The same virus is going to come next, or else multiple attacks are happening now. Post-incident will say like how to prevent something in near future. Fine. Again, post-incident report will have the complete detailed report of the activities. Digital forensics. Okay, so we have seen this topic. That's what I said. DFIR. IR means incident response. DF stands for digital forensics. And again, this is my research area. Over the past 10 years, right? I do research on this. My PhD is on this. We work with police, we work with law enforcement. We give this as a service for public, right? Everything on this domain called digital forensic, and it's not only digital forensic, we call it as DF and IR, that is digital forensic and incident response. In layman term, we call it as, everyone knows that, cyber crime investigation. It's a fancy name, right? But in technical terms, it's called digital forensic and incident response. Let's see what is digital forensic. Digital forensic is the process of identifying the evidence, hard disk or pen drive or cloud, preserving the evidence, as I said, 65B, 66C, right? Cyber loss. You're solving the case or not, that is secondary. You get a pen drive or a hard disk or a cloud data, you need to preserve the data at first, right? So that's an important rule, or else it won't be accepted in the court law. So identify the evidence, preserve the evidence, analyzing using tools and techniques, then finally presenting, making a document, going to the court as an expert witness. This step-by-step order is called digital forensic. Identifying, preserving, analyzing, presenting. And the important thing is you're working on the evidence. You need to do all these things in a manner that is legally admissible in the court of law. You cannot randomly do. Say, like, you have a mobile, photo is deleted, use a recovery software, you recover the photo, but you want to prove it in the court, there's a lengthy procedure. Get the mobile, acquiring, seizing, the mobile has to be there, documented, the mobile photo has to be taken, that has to be documented. We call it a chain of custody document. Then take the hash of the mobile, make a copy of the mobile into another file, then analyze only the copy of the mobile. We don't touch the original evidence. Right? So that comes under this whole steps. Checking the integrity. The file is not altered or modified. Chain of custody, like a attendance, it's a detailed log. It will be verified in the court of law. It will be cross-examined in the court of law. Confidentiality of your data, legality, repeatability, and you see this forensic process should be repeatable. I cannot claim that, hey, I am an expert, I do investigation, you accept in the court. You are doing an investigation, you are recovering your data, you are recovering the tool. Another competent investigator, the same tool should be recovered, the same data, the same number of emails, same number of photos, right? So that should be accountable in court of law. Identification, preservation, collection, examination, analysis, and presentation or reporting. Autopsy, volatility. Let's see the tools. Fine. See this tool called autopsy, AUTOPSY. Autopsy is a medical term, everyone knows. Fine. After someone is dead, you do some, the doctors used to cut the body and then say what is the reason behind their death. Same way, autopsy tool in digital forensic is a tool used for analyzing evidences. It's an open source tool. Mostly in academics, we use this. You see, I will give you another tool called the NCASE tool. This is the same tool like autopsy, but it's a paid tool. Highly paid tool. It costs in lakhs, right? And again, everyone is connected here are faculties from academics. If you want to do some research on digital forensics, PhD or research or project, I'll give you some useful websites. CFREDS NIST. Computer Forensic Reference Dataset, the project by NIST. Everyone knows NIST. Fine. Dataset types, different datasets, hacking case, data leakage case, drone images, mobile device images. This website has sample datasets. Sir, you're talking about investigation. I don't know how to copy a mobile. I don't know how to copy a hard disk. So this website has sample datasets to try digital forensic and incident response. Fine. So NIST website called CFREDS, Computer Forensic Reference Datasets. NIST, I'll take the other website, NIST dataset. NIST cyber. Yeah. They have two versions, maybe. nast.go.in. See here they have NAST data repository, data.nast.gov.in. Have different data sets. You see here. Same way if you talk for cyber, they might have some specific data sets for cyber related. Fine. Trojan detection software challenge. How to detect a Trojan. They might have got a data set for that. Then I'm talking about NIST. They have migrated this website, so NIST CFRPS. So this website completely has the data set for thing. And there is another website called CFTT NIST. Computer forensic tools and testing. I mentioned, right, to do a mobile investigation, to do a hard disk investigation, they have a recommended list of tools to use. Again, we don't have, as such in India, we don't have a standard. We use NIST standards from US and UK. Fine. We don't have a well drafted standard here. It's in progress, right? Indian government is working on it, right? But currently we follow the standards from NIST, US and UK standards. CFTT, Computer Forensic Tools and Texting. They have a catalog. You go to a supermarket, you have a catalog. Same way they have a catalog. They accept the cookies. Fine. I'm going to search for something. Fine. See what you want to search. So whenever we go for an investigation, hey, I'm going to come to your college for an investigation. Your college has Windows 10 computer. You are using a Foxit PDF reader. Your attack happened on your SMB. Fine. Some basic information. I cannot randomly use the tool which I am having. If that has to be produced in the code of law, I need to use the tool that is accepted. You know, right? Tablets that are accepted by medical council that can be sold. Same way, right? So you see here, I'm going to do something called as deleted file recovery. Deleted file recovery from, let's assume your college is my client. Fine. I want to find all deleted files, right? So I want to find it from your Windows 10 computer. And the file system is a current day Windows 10 uses NTFS file system. I want to identify overwritten files. The file is overwritten. I want to identify. When I search, it will give me a recommendation. Hey, welcome. See, the first tool is coming. It's called Autopsy. You can use Autopsy tool, but you are using it. Autopsy is completely open source tool. Sometimes when you use a complete open source free tool, in the court of law, there will be more questions. You need to prove the integrity of the tool. Fine. Ballistic imager, bit recover data, Celebrate Inspector, data recovery systems. Say they're giving you quite a good number of tools. You need to use any one of the tools that is recommended by this, so that it can be accepted in the court of law, right? The cyber attack or something that can be documented can be accepted in the code of law. Same way, let us check mobile device acquisition, because nowadays every crime is coming is under mobile. I am using a, let's say, Mac device to support data analysis, to import and analyze. Select Mac or Apple devices. Very few tools are available for Apple and Mac devices. Fine, this category doesn't pass the tool. That's not available. See, video format conversion, video analytics. Recently, we did an investigation. We were working on a Windows computer for a CCTV. The DVR was there, right? The DVR was there. And then search. So if you want to prove it in the code of law, you see this is the only tool that's accepted by NIST. The database may be outdated. Amped Software, leading software company, forensic company, who's selling forensic tool, DFAR tool for image and video forensic analysis. Amped 5, Amped Authenticate. We use it in the industry. Fine. So autopsy cyber. If I normally search for autopsy image, it will pop up medical images. I don't want that. Okay. So if you want, I'll show. Let's check whether. No, lately I have removed from this user. I have uninstalled the software from my system. Give it. Okay, what's autopsy tool? Calm down, calm down, calm down. Let me open you the screenshot. Fine. Okay, XP inbox. Okay. See, they have taken an image. Image in forensic is the copy of your evidence. XP SP3, a copy of your hard disk is taken. As I said, we don't touch the original evidence. We make a forensic copy of the evidence. It can be a hard disk, it can be a pen drive, it can be a mobile. Only the copy of the evidence we will investigate. That's what we are using this tool, right? So after investigating, it says bookmark, cookies, web history, deleted files. And in real world terms, the data will be stored something like this. Hard disk will store data something like this. Left side page, we imagine like a seat number 1, 2, 3. Center one, the hexadecimal value is the actual data. The right side is the ASCII equivalent. Starting from the first C colon till whole data you store in hard disk. If you want to put it in an X-ray machine, something like that, it will look like this. This is how the data is stored. The left side page is the offset, the location. The intermediate is the hexadecimal value. The right side is the ASCII equivalent. Fine. So this tool clearly splits and says what is it and how it works and all. So let's come back to our. We have discussed something on digital forensic. Fine. Autopsy tool, volatility. Volatility we have already seen. Fine. Threat intelligence and OSINT. See, nowadays, cyber team companies don't want people to do some investigation on the attack that happened last month or last week or even yesterday. Companies want something called as a proactive approach. They want to hire your students, give them a security engineer job for them to defend an attack that may come in near future, right? Finding and identifying the attacks is fine, that has to be done. But nowadays, companies are migrating to a proactive approach. So there's a domain called threat intelligence. As the name goes, intelligence, you'll have an intelligence about the threats. Fine. OSINT is all about open source intelligence. Yet another small domain which says, you know my name, just by knowing my name, if you are able to find my address, you come back to my office. That is called OSINT. Collecting publicly available information of someone or a company or an individual. In your college website, your name will be there, your mail ID will be there, sometimes your Google Scholar profile will be there. With this, if I'm doing OSINT, free tool or paid tool, I'll be able to say where you are, from which city you are, what you are doing. If you are not so secure, keeping all your data logged, right? This data can be found on the internet, right? That is called open source intelligence, right? Let me take Intel Techniques. I'll show you some of the tools that are available on the market. Previously, they were free. Now they have converted into paid tools. This Intel Technique was one such. Earlier, it was completely free. Now they have made it paid. Okay. It's taking to the book page. No, not this. Fine. Let me check. Wait. Let me check off my some of the classes which I took. It is yet another course. Firewall. Here. Cyber kill chain. GRC. Searching for OSINT is here. I have it in the bookmark here itself. OSINT tool. Who is metadata to go? See, metadata to go is one of the OSINT techniques in which you have a photo, right? You can say where the photo was taken, who took the photo, just like by but if you are putting it in WhatsApp or something, the metadata will be removed. Again, metadata is the research area in which I do my PhD, right? So I work on this. So this is one tool where you can go upload a photo. It will say where the photo was taken, who took it, using which mobile. The metadata is not deleted. It will show you the whole stuff. Fine. Then let me take you to one tool called Multigo, because most of your faculties here. There's a tool called Multigo, a complete OSINT tool. They give free licenses for academics also. I'm not sure it's available now. I remember the previous institution, we got it 4-5 years ago. The tool Multigo. Fine. What is Multigo? You see here,
In the time it takes to pour your coffee.
it's a single tool. Fine. Let me show you the dashboard. Fine. See, just I know your college name. I'm giving your college name. Simple. Your college, abccollege.edu.in. You give to this tool, the tool will do everything. It will go and find what is the college name, where it is hosted, who is your principal, how many email IDs are there, where is your server, what are the files available. Fine. This is not a hacking tool. Multigo or OSINT tools are tool used for identifying publicly available data, right? It's a OSINT tool, open source intelligence tool. So they give it in a good looking graph. You see here, the graph, maybe the principal ID to the department HOD, the department HOD to individual IDs, or all your 6,000 student IDs, right? Everything will be put in a good looking dashboard. You can check it, you can compare it, how many matches are available for a specific name, a photo you are searching for, a person you are searching for. So it will give you the statistics on the internet, how many times it's available, right? See who are using this. This many government organizations, private companies, worldwide they use this. It's a paid tool, highly paid tool, Multigo. The common tool used for OSINT, open source intelligence. Fine, yeah. So this is OSINT. We'll see about threat intel. Okay, threat intelligence, as I said, company wants a proactive approach, right? You see, hope everyone knows the difference between this. Reactive, the attack happened, you do something reactive, fine. Proactive, before the attack happens, something has to be done, right? In 2010, or you say like in 2005 when I started studying, or in 2010 when I completed my BTech or something, company wants a reactive approach. They want the so-called hackers to do some attack and defense and do some reactive activities. But nowadays, in 2025 or even in 2030, right, companies want security engineers, right? Nowadays, you know, right, we put a layer of AI. Who knows AI or who knows data science, something like that, right? So we need something called as a proactive approach, right? So for that, I'll show you a tool. Maybe there's a tool called threat intelligence tool. You remember the threat map which you have seen, right? In day 1, day 2 mixed, we saw the global world map. Attack is going, right? So that is an extended version of this threat intelligence. As a result of threat intelligence, they are able to show you a live map in the attack, how it is happening, right? I'll show you a tool called Cisco Talos. Cisco has a threat intelligence platform called Talos. Let's say your college is regularly attacked by competitive college or something, you see under attack, fine. So you can just go and ask them. It's a paid tool, right? So you can go and ask them, like, for example, I'm getting an attack regularly from, let's say, www.example.com. I don't want to give a live college or something. It may throw some information. It's verifying whether I'm human. CAPTCHA, yes. Just a minute. It's taking quite a bit. It wants to verify whether I'm a human. Yes. Come on. Yeah. It verified me. See, this example.com, let's say your college is regularly getting a data from this website. If you have got this threat intelligence tool, right? Not a ethic hacking or pen testing or digital forensic tool, threat intelligence tool, it will clearly say, hey, in this country or in this state or in your place, this ransomware is regularly affecting. Your nearby college is infected by this ransomware, or nearby company is infected by this ransomware. They'll give you preventive measures how to overcome that. So that a week after or a month after and the same attack is coming to your company or college, we can prevent them, right? So that is the purpose of doing something called as threat intelligence. Fine. Threat intelligence, the 2 mark definition, collection and analysis of data to identify cyber threats. Collecting and identifying past data or the live data. Fine. Data collection, verification, analysis, actionable, ethics, and legality. And this is not one time. Threat intelligence has to be done every now and then, continuously. Just like a heartbeat, right? They need threat intelligence so that in future the attacks are identified and prevented. Okay, just a minute. This is OSINT, collecting details from press, podcast, processing them, analyzing them, giving it a single dashboard. Shodan OSINT framework. See this website, osintframework.com. I hope that's free. osintframework.com. Okay. It's open source intelligent framework. It's having a graph or something. We can search someone based upon username. I want to search based upon username from search engine. I want to search based upon username from names check. Click. Okay, it is taking me to the website. Another website. It's verifying captcha. This captcha is really interesting. Fine, even if you are not putting the tick mark, it will verify because I'm moving my mouse so that I'm not a robot. It have identified I'm an individual, right? So it have just passed. So I want to give Ashok Kumar Mohan. I'm giving my full name. Hopefully in the name I will be available in most of the social medias. So it's searching and I'll give the captcha, fine. See, it's searching for the websites or something that is available in my name. If I have a paid account, I can check the Facebook, YouTube, or something like that. See, one interesting fact, this OSINT or threat intelligence is, have you ever checked your full name on the internet? Fine. See, my system might have a cookie or cache, so because it regularly shows my interest, right? My interviews, my name, my meetups, where I went. On the second page, third page, different Ashok Kumar comes in. The results of my first thing shows like who am I and what I did and other things. And there might be some false information also. You see, this guy, my student, right? So he had a profile in which somehow my name was tagged in. See, Ashok Kumar Mohan, founder director at Kriyavan. So the in LinkedIn, something has been mapped wrongly. So you keep in mind, like whatever you see on the internet, you need to get the data. When you're doing a OSINT or threat intelligence, you need to get the data and verify it. Right? Without verifying that, you might land up getting a wrong result. Fine. So that is on this OSINT. Names checker, fine. Go back, go back, go back. Click this. So you can search for a name, you can search for an email address. You can search for IP address and MAC address. You remember we discussed about IP MACs. You can search for social networks. You can search on LinkedIn. You can search on Facebook. Let's say I'm checking on LinkedIn. You can search on LinkedIn, Recon tools, Scrappy, Inspire, Raven, different tools. Sometimes it might be a Windows tool, it might be a Linux tool. It's a GitHub code, so you need to download and put it in Linux and run it. Fine. Then public record, business record, geolocations, forums, digital currency, dark web. Dark web, if you are hearing this for the first time, the internet, the darker part of internet where some data is stolen, dealt. See here. I'll give you with a single photo. I'll show the example. Dark web, iceberg, 4%. Images. There should be a photo with some numbers. Okay, let me open this. Only this is available. And I'll open this also. Okay. See, this is called dark web, right? So we know all websites, right? Your college website, your company website, my website, Google, Facebook, everything. The normal websites that are available on the whole of the internet is only 4%. This is as per the definition of dark web, right? Percentage might differ, right? 4% is the surface web we see on the internet. And the second level is deep web. Dark is at the bottom. Deep web is the intermediate place where the hacked data is available. Legal document, government record, academics record. Fine. You see here, I'll randomly type, right? Dark web, data leaks, Coimbatore college hacker. Some random thing. I'm typing some random news. I'm not targeting any name or college. Let us search for some images. You see here, just a moment. Dark web data leaks page. India. Fine. See, this is data of 1.5 million users are left. See, this website is hacked and the hackers have put something online. The black portion is maybe the username, password, or something like that. So in dark web, what you will find all hacked data, leaked data. Fine. So that you will find it on the dark web, the bottom portion, 6%. But the majority data, the hacked data will be available on deep web. So surface web, normal web, deep web, the actual stolen missing data. Dark web is the actual dark market where this data is sold. You do a trade, right? Go to Amazon and Flipkart and buy something. Same way people go to dark web and buy offensive stuff, right? Hacked, leaked data and on. Fine. So that is on this. So because like you want to monitor your network or company wants to monitor their company because attackers are not available on the surface web. They are available on everywhere. So I remember last month the college in Coimbatore, that's what I typed, right? So during the admissions, their college database was hacked. The hacker put the database on the internet for sale for $5, right? You know, right? $5 in Indian rupees is 440 rupees. Fine. So the college website, the database, what it has the complete database of last year or the current year, how many admissions are there, what is the student, what is the fees, what was the concession, student name, parent name, Aadhaar ID, the whole Excel sheet likewise is completely leaked. And if you are a parent or if you are a faculty, right, you know the heat of the management, right? That really affected the placement, that really affected the reputation of the college, admissions and all. Fine. So that's what we need, cybersecurity at all levels. Fine. So I hope we are on the last 10 minutes. Let me go back. We'll see this. I regularly use this notepad so that it will be interesting to refresh it. We saw keylogger, hardware, software, IP address, MAC address, ports, protocols, then private, public, NAT, subnetting, Linux permission, Windows command, Linux commands, three-way handshake, firewall, SIM, SOR, I love you virus, system admin, password to HOD, common passwords, how to keep a password, authentication, types of authentications, public key, private key, cryptography, hashing, meet me at 6, meet me at 9, MD5, SHA, crypto, my ATM pin, how it looks like. We did a stego and tried. MaduraiCollege.com, Madurai C0LLEGD.com, phishing page, SQL injection, fine. Then password, passphrase, session hijacking using the website URL, digital signature, digital certificate. We clearly saw the difference between what is a digital signature and what is a digital certificate. Then something different. Okay. Yeah. I've taken some random passwords here also, sample passwords. Okay. So in a nutshell, the whole of the 5 days, right? It's a vast domain. Cybersecurity is a broad domain. But with respect to this FDP, the syllabus course plan, we have covered these 40 topics in 15 minutes slot each, starting from network fundamentals till what we discussed now. Cyber laws, ethical hacking, red team, blue team, GRC, IAM, incident response, digital forensics, threat intel, LOSIN, and all. Fine. So that's it from me for the whole of 5 days and end of today's session also. So any questions, queries, maybe we'll have another 5 minutes or 5 or 10 minutes to answer. There are some attendance sheets that are put on the chat box, fine. Some comments, fine. So if you want to find me, like I'll be available in social medias in my name, Ashok Kumar Mogan, right? But if you are sending a request or searching something or something, right? You just let us know how you got introduced, right? Attending this FDP or knowing something like that, right? Because like most of my profiles will be private, right? So that's it from me. If you don't have any questions, queries further, that's it from me for the whole of the 5 days FDP. I hope you have learned some bits and pieces, right? So I've just jumped to the whole of the 10-15 years teaching experience, working experience, and everything there. So whatever you want, you can take it, right? So my recommendations, right? When you teach something like, I know most of you might be senior faculties, 10-20 years experience, right? So when you teach, like just you believe that you're preparing the student for an interview. The interviewer wants the concept. The interviewer wants an example. The interviewer wants a tool or a technique to surface them, because they are going to pay salary for that candidate, right? They don't want them to sit and do some dummy jobs, right? So again, in cybersecurity, as I said, the highly paid salaries, right? So the company expects the skill set to be top notch, up to date, fine. Yeah. So that's it from me. Thank you all. I'll leave it up to the organizers. If you don't have any further questions, queries, yeah, you can unmute and speak, or you can type in the chat box any technical related questions, queries. Fine. Okay. Yeah. So if the organizers wants to give any concluding notes, you can give. There are not any technical questions in the chat box. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So, dear faculty members, I have shared the attendance link on the chat. Kindly mark your attendance. I know you all have a query related to certificate and many other things. I'll definitely answer for all this. We'll wait for 2 or 3 minutes. If any technical questions related to topic which sir has taught, I request please ask the question. We have 5 more minutes. If any questions or anything you wanted to know related to topic, you can just ask the Ashok sir. He will answer for it.
Yeah, also if you have any comments, feedback, suggestions, recommendations, always welcome. Fine, you can type in the chat box. This session might be a bit fast, right? The 5 days end packed on 10 hours, it's fast. Normally we cover this in 30 hours or 60 hours or a lengthy session. Again, being online is pretty boring. You just only see my face. I'm not able to see your face. If you have a one-to-one classroom mode, that's I love most on the classroom mode teaching. Will there be a trial version for paid tools? There was a question in the chat box. Yeah, ma'am. So there's a trial version available for all the tools, because they want to sell something to you. They won't get without a trial. So what are all the tools I mentioned? There are 100 tools, top 5 tools, some 5 tools, forensic tools. Let's say a tool for mobile investigation might not give you a trial. Single license might be 20-30 lakhs, right? Balance 95 tools, right? they will give you a trial. You see, like Vartac is open source tool, Nmap is open source, completely free tool. We saw Burpsuit Community Edition. We saw Maltigo today, right? They have the license. We saw different tools which we saw, right? Each and every tool. So, and there are some privileges, permissions for academies, educational institution. When you approach them, they may give you a trial. They may give you some bundled price of 10, 20. Fine. So again, like if anyone, when you're asking about the trial versions and tools, yeah, Maltigo is a completely paid tool. But when you approach them via an academic mail ID to their support team, they have some batches online running. Free courses are there. For that free course, they'll give you a trial version for maybe 20 student license for 30 days. I remember getting that for my previous institution in 2021, maybe 4 years ago. They do, right? I'm not sure whether they have that offer or the plan now, but you can approach them via your, don't open it with your Gmail or Hotmail. You need to request them from your college domain ID so that they believe you are authentic faculty from the college. They might reply to you for the request. Again, if you are setting up a cyber lab or doing something, setting up a cyber lab or setting up the complete forensic lab, we doing forensics, right? So anything related to that, if you want on setting labs, we are happy to give you recommendations, suggestions on, even if you want to get the best deals of prices, we'll get it from our partners. Right? Yeah. So Maltigo is a paid tool. You can get a free license requesting them. I hope I answered the question. Yeah. Thank you. So let me check the chat box. Any other questions? No. Fine. This is my personal website, akmohan.in. Maybe obsolete, I am not updated over 3-6 months, but older details will be there. You can get to know. Fine. Mail ID and other things. I hope you see, if you want to mail something to me individually, I have a mail ID, but I don't use it regularly. Fine. I'm typing it. If you're mailing that, you need to connect to me saying that you're mailed. ashokkumarmohanp@gmail.com. That's my personal mail ID. Fine. But if you're mailing something, obviously you need to get in touch with me with some other routines for me to check the mail and reply. Fine. Because the company mail IDs, corporate IDs, the other, I do visiting in some universities, the other mail IDs, everything will be logged in. But I'll reply fine. When you get in touch with me, I'll reply for sure. It will take some time. Someone is asking for a feedback form. Okay. So I'll do one thing. I'll remove that. Any week, I'll leave it up to the organizers, right? So if you want to get in touch with me, you can get in touch with the organizers, so they'll connect you to me via proper channels, right? That should do good. Fine. So thank you all. I hope I've answered all the questions in the chat box.
Yeah, fine, sir. Then we'll wind up. Thank you so much, sir. All this for 5 days of wonderful session. I hope this session has more helpful for the faculty members. Thank you so much. We'll definitely meet again in different FDPs or SDPs, sir. We'll be in touch with you from Excellent. Thank you so much, Ashok, sir.
Thank you all. Have a happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye. So yeah, dear faculty members, as you all have a query related to certificate, I'll just mainly inform related to that. Certificate we are going to be issued within 10 working days, within 10 to 15 working days for your register mail ID. If you secured above 60% of attendance, as you all know, we already informed 60% of attendance is mandatory to get the certificate. If you secure 60% or above 60% of attendance, for definitely you will get the certificate for your register mail ID without any delay. Okay, and as we informed, like the students won't get the faculty development program certificate. If you are a student, definitely you can join to get a knowledge, but you will not get the certificate as because this is a faculty development program. If you secure 60% of attendance, if you have not secured 60% of attendance, if you are a student, you will not get the certificate. Only for faculty, if they secure 60% or above 60% of attendance, will get the certificate. I hope you all understood this. And some are asking for materials. The materials which is already uploaded in LMS dashboard, recordings, and also the materials. All the recordings from day 1 to day 5 recordings is uploaded in LMS dashboard, and also the materials. All the materials also uploaded in LMS dashboard. You can be there. Just yesterday's and today's is not uploaded yet. I'm going to be upload. I'll take the materials from the trainer, and we are going to be upload, so you can read there. Any other questions? I'll be open. The chat is open. If any questions, you can just ask me out. I will reply for it. I'll wait for 5 to 10 minutes. If any questions to be asked, you can ask. And if any query related to certificate, or if any query related to anything LMS or something, you can just drop a mail to edl@xlr.com. We have a mail ID. It is edl@xlr.com. I'm just posting the mail ID on the chat. It is edl@xlr.com. Any other questions? Okay, I think there is no questions. So yeah, I'm just repeating about the certificate. If you secure 60% or above 60% of attendance, for definitely you will get the certificate within 10 days for your register mail ID. Okay, fine. I think we can wind up for the day. Thank you all. Thank you for joining all this of 5 days of FDP on cyber security, that is faculty development program. If any further programs are there, we'll definitely keep on updating you guys. So you can join for our new upcoming faculty development program or student development program. Okay, thank you all. Thank you once again for joining. Have a great day. Thank you all.